Hello students, so let us start this class by this image which shows you the scope of variables and how Python treats and accesses its variable according to scopes. So as you can see in the image, when a Python program searches the variable, then it first looks in local scope. If it is not in local scope, then it will find it in enclosing scopes. That is called non-local scope. We have not discussed non-local scope. In our next video, we will discuss what is non-local scope. Then if it is not even in non-local scope, then it will search in global scope. That is your module or your Python program .py file. If it is not in your .py file also, then it will search it in your whole Python program. Whole Python, that is built-in scope. So Python has predefined some variables, some functions, so it will search there. If it is not find there also, then it will give the error. So I hope it is clear to you. Note down these scopes and the order of variable search. Now coming to our main topic, this class is for discussing about the three problems that I have given to you in last class. So our first problem was what and why for this program, whether it will execute or not, and if it executes then why, if it is not execute, if it doesn't execute then why. Our second question was what is the output for this program and why. Third question was if this executes successfully, then why it is not changing the value of variable x. Let us discuss the second question first. We will see the first question at the last. So as you can see, when Python comes to this program, it will create a global scope for this program. Then it comes first to the third line, it found x, then it will create a variable x in memory with and assign the value. As I told you, as soon as the Python sees the x and equal to sign, it will create the variable in memory. If something is there after equal to, then it will assign the variable with that value. Then it will come to the next line, fourth line, then it will create an object with the name foo. Fine. Now it comes to this line number 7. On line number 7, our function foo will be called. So it will go to the function call, then it will execute our program line by line. The first line is print x. Now it is printing x within the scope of foo, that is from this scope, but there is no x. So where it will search? In the enclosing scope. There is no enclosing scope. This is not the nested function. So it will now search in global scope. In our global scope, is there any x? Yes. Then it will print the variable x, value of variable x, that is 5. Now it will again come back to its execution function call position, and now it will execute line number 8. What line number 8 is? Print x again. Where it is? Print x in global scope. So it will search in the global scope. For this line, variable x will be searched in this scope. This is a local scope for this line. For the program, this whole thing is a global scope, but for this line x will be its in its local. So the variable value will be printed as 5. Fine. So this program executes correctly. Now the third question was, if above program executes correctly, that means you are able to access x within the function. That means you are able to print the x within the function. Then we can also, if I want, I can also change it. Fine. So if I first see if this line is not there, consider this line is not there. Consider this line is not there. Fine. Then what will be the output? It will create a global scope and it will create variable x, value will be 5. Then it will create an object foo, there is nothing in it. Then it will come to foo, it will print, sorry, then it will go to foo and it will print local x. It will search inside foo, there is no x. Then it will take the global variable x, so it will print local x as in our previous program, same. Then it will come to line number 10, then it will print global x 5. Fine. So this will be our output if this line was not there. Now if I add this line x is equal to 10, then what will happen? See, I am writing it with yellow color. What will happen? First program will start from line number 3. It will create x, same, you can see here. Then it will come to foo, it will create foo, same as here. Fine. Now inside foo there is one variable x, so it will create that x also. The variable of x is 10, the value of x is 10. Then it will come to line number 9. Again in line number 9, it this function foo will be called, then it will execute line by line. The variable x has already created. Fine. Then it will go to line number 7, then print local x, this line. So first it will start searching within the local scope. So local scope value is 10, so it will print local x 10. Fine. Then it will come to program. Now line number 10 will be executed. In line number 10, the local scope for this line is, it will start searching in its local scope first. So local scope is this, you can see this is inside this function. So it will search in its local scope. This line you can consider as whatever is there, in this line will be local to it. So foo is local to this program, x is local to this program, this whole program. Line number 10, we are considering line number 10. So for line number 10, foo is local, not inside the foo, but the name foo is local and x is local. So it will print global x this line, and value of x will be 5 because this is 5. Understood? Now let us move to our first question. The first question was the same problem, but I have changed something. The same problem, I am starting with x, then defining foo, then calling foo, then printing. So when this program will be executed, a global scope will be created. And when the line, we will come to line number 3 first. So what will happen? X variable will be calculated, will come into the memory, and as soon as the Python sees this line, listen carefully. As soon as Python see this x equal to or variable equal to, it will create an object in memory, and then it will see this the right part of equal to, and it will assign the memory, assign the value into the memory. So in this case value is 55, so it will assign 55. Now it will come to line number 5. So foo object uh, will come into the memory. Then line number 9, we will see what will happen when the function will be called. So on line number 9, this function will be called foo. So it will execute line by line. So it will create, as soon as I told you, as soon as Python sees this line x equal to, it will create one variable, one object in the memory and assign its name. Then it will come to right part and then calculate whatever is there and then assign it into the memory. So there is x plus 11. Listen carefully, this is little bit tricky, but you will understand it if you learn it, if you listen it. It is x plus 11. So see, x plus 11. Value of x, again there will be some value plus 11. This thing will be assigned to the memory. So value of x, again to search variable value, it will search its local scope. What is local scope? Local scope is foo. Local scope is foo. Inside that x is there. Is there any value? No, there is no value. So what error will come? Local variable x referenced before assignment. Now you understood the error, why this error is coming. So this program, if I am assigning it with value, see again, if I am assigning it with value, then it will execute and give you the result. But if I am doing some mathematical operation and using this variable only, the same variable, this same variable is used right side also, then it will give the error. This is very important. So I hope it is clear to you. If at all any doubt exists, then you can ask in comment or in WhatsApp. or you can call me directly. I will solve your all doubts. This is very important topic because most of the questions will come from this part. All the output questions, all the output questions which will come from the function part will use all these local scopes, global scope. So it will be little confusing for you if you don't learn it. Learn it and then solve some questions, then you will be able to solve it in exam also. So thank you. We will meet in next video and we will learn what is non-local scope.